Bada boom, bada bang, bada bop. We are back today with the $500, let me see if I can get the name right, Adidas Adizero Adios Pro Evo 2. That's a mouthful. That is a mouthful. $500 race shoe out of Adidas, and I'm going to let you know, are we offset? Offset! I'm going to let you know how this stacks up to the newer releases, because when I first tested this, we did not see the Fast R3, we did not see the Ray, we did not see any of the Tokyo shoes, the Sky or the Edge, and I think there's also a few that have come out that we hadn't tested yet. And some people were just using this in Tokyo and I think winning. I think some woman won the marathon wearing this shoe. So I'm going to let you know how it compares to all the new stuff. Now, if you're looking for a race shoe and you do not want to pay $500, you are in the right place. An even better place would be the Supwell app, because the Supwell app is my app. It's the best buy, sell, and trade marketplace out there. Somebody might get a shoe like this, although I don't think a lot of people buy this shoe, or a shoe like the standard Adios or the Alpha Fly or the Fast R3. It doesn't work for them, so they list it on the app for well below MSRP. So if you're looking to save money on shoes or join the best gosh dang hobby jogger community out there of people getting active, putting in work daily, then get in with us and enjoy today's video. That's a lot of carbon. That's a lot of carbon. Oh man, we're back at the Mint Hill Shoe Market. The mileage train is still rolling, and this is the thing. The mileage train never stopped rolling. We might take a detour into the mountains, post up in the sticks with the Mega Blast for a day or two, do some hilly 4-mile runs, but guess what? That's still mileage. I also got a 3.75 mile hike yesterday. That's still mileage. That's not the type of mileage we necessarily need or want, but it's still mileage. And the fact that that hike had about 500 feet of elevation gain and I was carrying Roni on my back means my legs are smashed today. And also my morning run yesterday, because we were posted in the mountains, 650 feet of elevation gain over 4 miles. So I woke up today and my glutes are just feeling it. That's not necessarily what we want 5 weeks out from the marathon, where I'm supposed to be hitting the biggest workouts. Meanwhile, I'm doing random mountain stuff and my butt is sore. Anyway, we are back in the burbs today. Beautiful Mint Hill, reinvigorated by the mountain air. Now, I don't know if I'm reinvigorated. I'm actually just trying to make it through right now, man, because guess what? Tomorrow, I'm going on another trip. I'm going on a work trip tomorrow. Then I'll be back. And then the weekend of October 5th, I'm traveling again for work. So, yeah, I'm feeling the crunch right now. August was such a solid month of training. I hit my highest mileage month ever. I actually don't even know how many miles it was, but I was averaging well above 120. I hit some 130s and 140s. So, got a really solid month right there. But guess what? Running a strong marathon isn't about 1 month of good training. It's about consistently putting up solid workouts. So that's what I'm hoping to do today. A solid workout. I've been traveling. I feel super out of whack. I moved my long run to Friday. Today is Monday. I did have 2 down days, Saturday and yesterday, but here's the thing. When you're traveling, a down day isn't really a down day, especially with the hiking and the driving and everything. So I'm just hoping I can get some sort of intensity in this morning before I go and travel again tomorrow. It's a bit, yeah, it's kind of demoralizing, but this is the thing about being a hobby jogger. You just have to work with your environment. And guess what? Having a job where I am gainfully employed allows me to do this and to buy all these shoes. Well, actually, the channel now allows me to buy all these shoes, but I wouldn't have been able to buy all these shoes if I didn't have a job in the first place. I wouldn't be able to afford... Oh, I wasn't trying to do that. Oops. I was going to do this. This house. I would not be able to afford this house if I did not have a job. So I'm thankful that I have a job. I'm also thankful that I get to do things like go to the mountains with my family, right? So the mileage isn't everything. It's 93% of everything, but we have to be thankful for the other 7% as well. Anyway, we have the Adidas let me say the right name for this, Adidas Adizero Adios Pro Evo 2, the worst named, most expensive shoe. This is the $500 race shoe, and it's one of those shoes that I completely forgot about. So inside of my office, I have 2 IKEA bookshelves. I think they're the Billy bookshelves, and they're just filled with shoes. And then I also have shoes spilling out all over the floor. Charlie ordered me 2 more IKEA bookshelves, and guess what? Those bookshelves have been sitting on the floor with the shoes that need to go on those unassembled bookshelves for the past month. So that's going to be another project when I'm back from traveling. But this is one of those shoes on the bookshelf that I just forgot about. There's some shoes up there that I just don't run in. Also, I don't know. It's a $500 shoe. The Elite's running it, but am I going to do all my workouts in this thing? It's one of those things where it's so expensive that I feel weird running in it. And something like the Fast R3 or the Sky Tokyo or the Ray, $300. If I really like it, I can go buy a backup pair if I want to race in it. Fast R3, by the way, I actually did buy a backup pair. Saddest story, though. I was planning to get that orange colorway. I even said it in my long run video. I said, man, I'm going to get the orange colorway before I went to bed on 9/11. That was my birthday. Before I went to bed, I said, okay, this is releasing at midnight, and I went to bed at 10:30, so I could have just stayed up 90 more minutes, but I needed to wake up for my long run the next day, and then I woke up. I don't check my phone before the long run, so I completely forgot, and then by the time I remembered to check Puma and Running Warehouse, it was only something like 10:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. They were sold out of my size. I have a very common size 10.5, and I say, gosh dang, the reason that this shoe sold out is not all because of me, but I have been hyping up this shoe for the past, 4 months, and I can't even find a backup pair. Gosh dang. But luckily, there was a Marathon Sports, actually. They had one pair in a size 10.5 in this colorway, so I ended up buying that. So now I do have a backup pair of the Fast R3, so I can have a fresh pair from my race. I actually do have a backup pair of the Sky Tokyo as well. That was an accident. The backstory behind my Sky Tokyo backup pair was because I pre-ordered on Running Warehouse, and we've been having this discussion because the Mega Blast came out, right, and a bunch of people pre-ordered them off of ASICS, and this is the thing, never pre-order. So I pre-ordered this off of Running Warehouse, and then guess what? Sky Tokyo popped up on another random website. I think it was Fit to Run or something like that. I'm just out here giving free promo to all these websites today. But yeah, it popped up on another website, so I ordered it, and I got that pair about 2 weeks before the official launch date. So then I just kept the Running Warehouse backup pair of the Sky Tokyo. Maybe I'll return it since I'm probably not going to do my marathon in it. It's 90 days out. I don't know. No, return policy for Running Warehouse is 90 days. I wish my marathon were 90 days out right now because I don't feel that well prepared with the travel and anything. Anyway, I'm not going to get a backup pair of the Adidas Adizero Adios Pro Evo 2 because it's so expensive, and because I'm not going to get a backup pair, I haven't been racing in it, and I haven't been running in it, and I haven't been doing workouts in it. Well, I haven't done any races, but what I'm trying to say is this platform is not engineered for durability, so it's not a shoe that I want to do a lot of high mileage testing on. But today I was thinking, you know what? I saw some elites the women who won the Tokyo Marathon. Somebody told me they're number 1 and number 2 were wearing the shoe. I think the same exact colorway. We do see it pop up here and there. It's always on the top list when you see any marathon with the Adidas sponsored athletes. And of course, it's not all the shoe. It's the people that Adidas go out and find and pay to wear the shoes. The athletes who've been putting in the work for years, decades maybe. Yeah, those guys and those ladies, they were wearing this shoe, right? So I thought it would be a good time to take it out. Also, with this being such a sticky period in my training, it would be nice to just switch it up, run in something new and different. And also, it's good to, with the Fast R3, with the Sky Tokyo, so I'm leaning to Fast R3 for my race. I like running a lot of workouts in my race shoe, whether it's the fresh pair or the race pair. What am I trying to say? Whether it's the pair I'm going to actually race in, which is not here yet, or the pair that I've trained in, I like getting a good feel for that shoe, but I also don't want to run in it too much. It's a fine balance, so I will switch it up today and run in this guy. So this is a super light shoe. Let me get the scale. I think it's around 130 or 140 grams. All right, take a look at this. Hello. All right, there we go. Boom. 150, so 149.4 0.43 grams. So super lightweight shoe. That's what you're paying for here. It is now a race to the bottom with the elite top tier high level marathon shoes. So the Puma Fast R3 is also below 200 grams. That's actually not the lightest weight one. It's more around 180 grams in my size, which is 10 to 15 maybe percent heavier than this guy. But the Ray, the Asics Metaspeed Ray right here, boom, 140 grams. Also, with this guy, it's $300 US versus $500 US. So that's another reason why I wanted to take this thing out. I haven't run it since the release of the Sky Tokyo, the Fast R3, and the Ray, Metaspeed Ray, aka Ray Tokyo. These three have all released over the summer, and they are now the top 3 shoes on the market. I would say some people like the Edge over the Sky, but these ones here with the combination of lightweight, the bounce, the innovative foams, the rockers, these are the ones that to me I feel are the fastest and that I see a lot of people reaching for when they want to do a fast workout or a race. So with the Evo here, the $500 shoe, and with the alleged lack of durability, I mean, Adidas even says it, this is an uncompressed foam, so it's not supposed to be super durable. I want to see how this stacks up. I've done one workout in it so far, 10 miles with pace pickups here and there. Today I'm going to do some threshold pace, which for me is around 520. My goal will be 522. We'll see how my legs are feeling. We'll see how my glutes, my buttocks is feeling. But yeah, it has a huge rocker, huge stack of foam. So that's the other thing with this. You get a ton of foam at a lightweight, and unlike the Ray here, so the Ray does have this really weird, unstable feel, and you can see it tapers or cuts off aggressively with the heel bevel in the back. And I need to scrub this with some Blue Dawn. The thing is, this FF Leap foam, I've scrubbed my Sky Tokyo a few times. Take a look at this. And it's hard to get the dirt off of this FF Leap. I don't know what it is with the uncompressed or what is it, aliphatic TPU. It's not that easy to clean. But with this guy, I found the stability is not bad, at least on that first run. And it didn't have such a weird feeling as some of these other top tier shoes. Fast R3, for example, not a normal training shoe feel at all. Same thing as the Ray, where it tapers off aggressively with the heel bevel in the back. Then this one is even worse in some ways because you have the disconnected heel in the forefoot, which creates this very choppy feeling unless you land right up at the front. So when I'm at race paces, I can just attack off the front, but for jogging or anything like that, when I'm slowing down, doesn't feel too good. Now, of course, none of these shoes are designed for jogging. They're shoes that are designed for 4-minute paces and 5-minute paces, but using these shoes for workouts or being a hobby jogger and wanting to purchase these shoes as enthusiast products, these are the things we want to know about, right? And even for me, right, I'll warm up at a 7-minute mile, warm up at an 8-minute mile. I'll finish my workout 2 or 3 miles from home, and then I got to jog back home, and a shoe like the Fast R3 is just really not comfortable for that. So that was one of the things I liked about the Adizero Adios Pro Evo 2. It really felt like a marathon shoe and had a lot of the elements that I look for in marathon shoes built in here. Underfoot comfort, no weirdness, good stability, and lightweight. That's pretty much what you want, right? And the speed assistance. So huge rocker up here, huge stack of foam. So it does do the trickeration thing. So if you look at the back here, 12.5% off of the back is where World Athletics measures the stack height, and that would be 40 millimeters. But if we go up to the front here, this is about 50 or 60 millimeters. So you get a ton of foam up at the front. A lot of these top shoes are doing that. The Ray does this as well. I mean, even the back too, you get a ton of foam. So they are using some more of those modern tricks to stuff more foam in here and keep the weight down. Now, if we were to look at the cubic inches of foam in each of these platforms, this shoe probably has the most. This is not a scientific analysis, but just eyeballing them. Right, look at the Adidas. Look how much foam we get under here. Now look at the Asics, especially if we look at the width in the back. It looks like the Adidas probably has more foam, right? So you have to think about the trade-offs. Yes, the Ray is lighter, but the Adidas, to my memory, feels a lot more normal and stable to run in. Now, is that something that we're looking for in an elite, top-tier, pinnacle racing shoe? I don't know. But for the marathon, more comfort is never bad. It's always a good thing. I actually did see, by the way, Clayton Young was wearing the Sky Tokyo in Tokyo, and he tripped. So I don't know if that tells us about the shoe, anything about the shoe, or just he was having a bad day out there, but yeah, his big toe hit the ground and he tripped. I saw he commented on a post and he said he was looking to find the video of what happened. And yeah, he was trying to push more power through his big toe and he tripped. So that's, I mean, if it can happen to Clayton Young, it can happen to anybody. Hopefully that's not the shoe, but that doesn't really give the shoe a good reputation if that's the highest profile, isn't it, to happen to shoe. And the thing is, unless you're in the shoe sicko community, no one really pays that much attention to what the elites are wearing at these races. But now, if you trip and you're the top marathoner at the Marathon World Championships, people are probably going to be looking at what's on your feet. So I guess that's a not shout out to the Sky Tokyo. Yes, shout out to Clayton Young, though, because he ended up finishing that race still as the top American. Anyway, lightweight shoe, lots of foam. The other thing I should mention here is totally different feel than the Adios Pro 4. So I actually want to get another workout in the Adios Pro 4 at some point soon. But the thing is, I just have so few workouts left, and every workout counts right now. So this is what I'm saying. It's a bit of a sticky situation here with the travel and everything, but I would love to get another workout in this shoe. Very soft shoe. The foam has this fun, fluffy, bouncy feel up in the front. I don't love what they've done with the back here. And look at this. They have the cutout, super aggressive cutout in the back. And if you look at the $500 race shoe, no cutout. That's what I'm saying. No cutout. None of these top shoes that I love have the cutout. That was the Sky Tokyo, no cutout. The Ray, no cutout in the back. Fast R3, I don't know if we could say no cutout. This thing is just crazy and wild, but the foam is firmer back here. So even though you do have this channel, it doesn't squish in and compress as much. Adios Pro 4, it's a bit of a hot mess back here, right? It's like melted butter or melted ice cream. So the Pro Evo 2 cleans that up. The foam also, to my memory, has a slightly firmer underfoot feel than the Light Strike Pro in here. If we just look at the push test, right, and of course the squeeze test down here versus the push test in the $500 shoe, it is a much firmer platform. And that is the weird thing to me with this $500 shoe. I have no idea how they've engineered it to have that slightly firmer feel. It almost has this hollow character to it that it's cool, but I don't completely love it. It's almost like AI generated, right? Some of the sole is missing from the shoe, so it is very lightweight, but I don't know. There's something about the ride here that I haven't 100% been able to put my finger on. Same with the last version of the shoe. They're very fast, they're very light, but it's almost like they're missing some of the guts, some of that torque in shoes with heavier weights, like the Adios Pro 3 or Pro 4 here, the Alpha Fly 3, or the Puma Fast R3. So that's what I want to do today. See how this stacks up to the newer, faster releases. 500 bones is a lot of money, so probably not a lot of people are going to buy this thing, but let's call it in the name of science. The best way I can describe the ride experience of this shoe, at least to my memory, is like an EV, an electric vehicle. Yeah, it can go fast. An EV can go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, but it doesn't have the same guts. It doesn't have the same guttural feeling as an internal combustion engine, as a gas-powered engine, right? There's something about the shoe, to my memory, both this one and the first generation, that just, it lacks some of the emotion and the spirit and the fun of other shoes. And it's not so much about the weight, because the Ray very much had it. That was what was cool about the Ray. That shoe has a lot of character. The foam in there, it really does have this fun feel. Of course, the Fast R3 has a ton of character. Yeah, this one, I don't know. It almost lacks an identity. Maybe this would be an AMG. If this were a car, this would be an AMG EV. Yeah, it's an AMG, but is it really? Is it really? Can you have an AMG that's not a twin-turbo V8? I also don't love that they only have this silver colorway. It's very in your face. I liked how in the first generation they did the white with the black. Also, just lacing it up, it feels like I'm going to break the shoe. Everything about the shoe feels like a prototype. And I don't mind, well, I do mind paying $500 for a shoe. It's not something that I would love to be doing all the time. And I think the other thing is with Puma, or not Puma, Asics releasing the Ray, it just shows, man, you can have this super lightweight, fun innovation product, and it doesn't need to be $500, and it doesn't need to feel like you're going to break it every time you put it on, because putting this on, man, it really feels like I'm going to break it. And you can even see here, whatever material they put in the tongue, again, has oxidized and turned brown, like in the first version. And I've only had this for, 6 months, and I can still, or already see some areas where it just, it feels like it's rotting away, just being sitting there on my shelf in a climate-controlled office. So I don't know. These are the things. At the time, I wasn't as harsh on the shoe because it was the only one at this weight delivering what it delivered. But with the Ray coming to market, man, that's the whole beautiful thing about competition. We got to push each other, and Adidas no longer has the market cornered. So with the Ray being $300, this is now wildly overpriced. It's also heavier than the Ray. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. All right, plan for this run, 5-mile repeats, 1 minute rest in between. Yeah, this is a Daniels workout. Shout out to the GOAT, man. Jack Daniels passed a few days ago. Huge inspiration to my running. I've been pulling all the workouts from his book from the past few years. So
yeah, I've been thinking about it the past few days. I mean, he was 92 years old. Dude lived a full life. Such an inspiration to so many people, and hopefully in the hobby jogger community, I mean, not even hopefully, I know in the hobby jogger community, we're carrying on his legacy. I've seen dozens of people who've bought his books and post it on the Supwell app, and I know a lot of people train using the VDOT system for their paces, and I personally do, and it's just been such a huge piece of my running journey. I've been meaning to say a few words on this, and maybe I will later in a different video, but yeah, RIP to Jack Daniels. His wife said he passed. I saw this on Runner's World. He passed on Thursday night after watching the Packers and Commanders game, and he actually did some sort of athletic testing with the Packers back in the day. So it's a great life, man. What more could you want? What more could you ask for? So shout out to the GOAT, JD. I'm going to suffer for you today, man. The original sicko. You're the original sicko, Jack. We love you. Ugh. Oh, man. Oh, the birds of prey are out. Dude, this is going to be a tough one. Yeah, I didn't really feel up for doing a workout today, but I don't really have a choice. It's the relentless progression of time. I want to be mad at somebody. I don't have anybody to be mad at, though. Just the way things lined up. Yeah, this is the definition of setting yourself up to fail. But sometimes we just gotta give it our best shot. But just get a good workout in and hope for the best. Man, this foam, I'm telling you, feels super weird. It's weirdly firm at these slower paces. Weirdly firm and lifeless. It's also going to be in the high 80s again this week. I can feel it's already humid out here this morning in the 70s. Oh, man. If it sounds like it's I can't even talk. I was going to say, if it sounds like I'm complaining, I am. I don't know, man. At least I'm alive today. Shout out God. I'm gonna do a longer warm-up. I usually do a 2-mile warm-up. I'm gonna do 3 this morning. See if that helps shake the rust out. Also, this is the other thing. I'm gonna still try for 100 this week. No idea how that's gonna go with the traveling, but I can try. Yeah, man, recently I've just been getting that feeling a lot. I haven't had it since college, like finals week, exam week, where there's just a lot of unpleasant things happening that you don't want to happen, but they have to happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. And it's not a life or death situation or anything, but it will just make your life more annoying and stressful. This is like the adult version of exam week. I'm also gonna need to try to film as many videos as I can today for the rest of the week, because I can't really count on filming when I'm on a work trip. All right, let me say 3 positive things. I'm back in Mint Hill for today. My coffee was good this morning. And I'm running right now. My legs feel terrible, but I'm running. All right, mile 1, 8:03. I'm back around the neighborhood loop here, getting a bonus mile in before we start. Yeah, this is doing a nice job when I open up the stride, just rolling me along. Feels great for a hard midfoot strike. I've been thinking, what if I got somebody to fill in for me? Because I go daily. The whole goal is we put up shots daily, right? Consistency. But what if somebody filled in? I don't know. Because right now, for example, back-to-back family trip, work trip, can't be doing first run reviews or even training vlogs. So it's okay. I know I need to spend an entire day creating a video that 10% of my audience will care about. I don't know. It's just tough. Every business has its challenges, right? That's one of them with this. But then I think about, hopefully, even putting up these terrible performing videos, people will see, okay, he's going every day. Might not be a crazy banger. He might not have the newest shoe every day, but at least he's being consistent with it. And I'll be consistent with it too. That's what I hope it shows, but I don't think so, man. I don't think people really think about it. I honestly don't even think people know I post videos every day. The Supple app people know, but the majority of people don't know that. It's just, man, this guy posts a lot of random stuff. These guys spam. This guy posts spam What he talk about daily? This guy posts spam daily. And I know people, very kind, thoughtful people, will say, you don't have to post every day. We'll still be here for you when you come back, or if you want to take a break. Nah, fam, that's not how it works. That's not how daily works. That's not how the grind works. Time stops for nobody. Nah. The mileage train keeps rolling. The daily train keeps rolling. I would rather post every day and complain about it than take breaks. Because if you take breaks, man, you never know what's gonna happen. There's some shoe tubers who took breaks and then they try to get back on and they found out the world has moved on. So no breaks. It's poop shoveling week. Sometimes we gotta lock in and shovel poop. Now, I just know for me personally, if I only run workouts when I feel like it, or if I only work on the business when I have time, I'm never gonna make progress, man. I used to be like that. And guess what I created? Nothing. Just wasted a lot of years. And if you only release music or release videos or put your ideas out in the world when they're perfect, you're never gonna put them out there. And we gotta shovel poop and keep it pushing. All right, let's do some strides. Mile 2 here. Ha. All right, man. Warming up here. All we can do is our best, right? Classic cliche. Jogging in these very much feels like running on top of a dried kitchen sponge. Not terrible or anything, but you know that dried kitchen sponge when it's hard and you know it's gonna soften up as soon as you hit it with some water, but it has this hard, hollow feel. That's exactly what running on this feels like. Jogging. It's the oddest thing, I'm telling you, it's so odd. Uh, 4:57 pace on that one. Do one or two more and then we can start. I would say my body feels like a 6. My mind and energy levels maybe a 5. Attitude probably a 3. Probably a 3, but I'm gonna change it right now and I'm gonna lie and say my attitude is a 10. Let's go, baby. Threshold. Yeah. Yeah. Ah. Look at that, 4:39 on the stride, because I lied. Huh. So my attitude was a 10. All right, I'm gonna send it once we get around this corner here.
Go. See you on the other side. Oh, terrible, atrocious, awful, just miserable. 5:41 pace, 20 seconds off goal pace. Just feels like trash. Just feels like trash. I know it seems like it's just a negative attitude thing. It's not. My body just wants nothing to do with this. Oh man, these recoveries are so short too. Are you kidding me? All right, we're going again. Usually trash talking on these reps. My trash talking privileges are revoked until further notice. Threshold mile 2, 5:30. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. These are just discouraging and frustrating. Gotta keep shoveling the poop though. Man, 1 minute recoveries will remind you, gosh, time to go again. Relentless progression of time. And just awful, awful. And there's a #1 Bills fan license plate. Stay cannot get any worse. Oh. Dude, this is brutal. I honestly feel like I lost fitness. Or maybe I overtrained. Or I peaked in August. This is terrible. Yeah, I mean, I knew this workout was gonna be hard. This is not fun. I'm maxing out in the 5:30s. Just cannot get anything going. It's crazy that I did a 14-mile tempo at 5:37. I can barely hit 5:33 right now. And we have another one. Oh my gosh, this is awful. Wasted my 1 day at home making a video complaining in an outdated shoe that nobody cares about. 5:39 on that one. You know what this feels like? This feels like seeing my sub 2:30 just crash and burn. That's what it feels like. I know it's not true, but it's what it feels like. This is terrible. This is just awful, man. Awful. These are the days where I always move my workout, but there was no day to move it to. So it's the cost of doing business. Sometimes you gotta drop an absolutely terrible workout. I don't know, man. I'm searching for something. Some sort of moral victory in this one. I'm not seeing it. And we have 3 seconds to go again. All right, let's go. Dude, terrible. Last half a mile here. I'm trying. I think I can. My legs are just not cooperating today. Hit the last one at 5:38. Dude, just a wreck. Train wreck. The mileage train has wrecked. Awful. More. Really might kick a Yorkie today. Yeah, man, that was tough. My attitude was poor. I apologize. Yeah, it's just, what am I supposed to do on a day like today? Sometimes you just have to complain, I think. People always say, don't get too high, don't get too low. No, get very low. Get as low as you need to. Just felt like there was a limiter on my legs. Just one of those days, man. My legs just did not have the power. No power, no pop, no zing. I also did a wild workout last Tuesday. I don't know, it's a confluence of factors. There's just a lot of things going on. And the shoes, man, it almost feels like the foam is dead. It just was not giving me much today. There was not really a lot of bounce. Usually when I'm pushing into the 530s, I'm getting this energetic return. I'm not really feeling that from these. They just feel kind of lifeless this morning. And I know I'm missing on the paces, but still faster than marathon pace. I guess that would be the one moral victory here. I hit all those 5 miles faster than marathon pace. But yeah, it feels like a wasted workout, man, because every one of these workouts is so crucial now that we're 5 weeks out. And yeah, it's okay, I hit 5 miles at marathon pace, but that wasn't the goal of this workout. The goal was threshold, and my heart rate definitely did not get into threshold, and I wasn't popping the legs off the ground faster. So just a wash, a fail, a poop shoveling festival. The challenge here, and I can feel myself slipping into this super negative headspace, the challenge is just to keep my head in the game and convince myself that I can still do it. I know one bad workout doesn't mean you can't run a PR. The Hummer EV with the Bills license plate wasn't enough, so he had to lift it too. Look at that, 7-inch lift. I can't tell if that's Max Cushion Gang or Barefoot Mafia. I think it's Barefoot Mafia attempting to look like Max Cushion Gang. It's like the Steve Buscemi, hey fellow kids, infiltrating. But yeah, my goal now will be to recover. I guess it's a balance though, the whole recovery thing, because you don't want to go too long without running intensity, because then your legs lose the vibrancy. And that's how I felt today. I felt like my legs are just mush. It's like an elastic band that gets stretched too far and then it loses its resiliency. That's what can happen if either you overtrain and you peak too early, or you stop running intensity. That's the danger of messing up the taper too. A lot of people will just slow way down and lose the intensity. So then you show up to race day, there's too much slack in that rope, not enough ping. Yeah, these are the over analysis days. Let's just call it a bad workout and turn the page. The thing is, I've seen this movie before, and it has 2 different endings, so just got to make sure we're writing the correct ending to this script. But yeah, shoes did not do me any favors. Feels like a total waste of $500 right now, because these were not giving me the same assistance and pop as any of those other ones we had up there. Even the Adios Pro 4, just a very lifeless feeling foam. I don't know. And I don't remember it feeling exactly like this on the first run. It's almost as if the shelf life of this foam from the factory is 2 or 3 months. And maybe that's what they mean with the whole one marathon thing. Maybe it's more about maybe it's more about the time period you use it from when it was produced, not so much the number of miles on it. So theoretically, if you put 300 miles on it within the first month of it being produced, maybe it would feel fresher than today. I still have fewer than 20 miles on it right now, but it just does not feel energetic at all. Disappointing, man. This workout was like driving to the DMV to renew your license. Well, I'm definitely not overtrained. My heart rate's back in the low 120s. Just a bad day. Just a bad day. I mean, that's crazy, dude. Heart rate 113, 114. My aerobic fitness is there for sure. The challenge is just gonna be managing these next few weeks. It's a puzzle, it's a puzzle. Hobby jogger lifestyle. I know somebody's gonna be in the comments talking about, let me have them, brother. You do not want shoes. Let me have them. No. No, you can't have them. Nobody can have them. I'm probably never gonna run in them again. And that's that. That's the end of it. Nobody is ever using these shoes. I might burn them after I go sub 230. And burn the Evo Pro ones while I'm at it. Oh my goodness! Is he joking about burning a $500 shoe? There's hungry children who would love a carbon-plated race shoe. I think that was too far. Might need to cut that. Yeah, 3,000 Club. The next 2 to 3 days are just gonna be pre-recorded lists. I apologize. If you wanna come back at a later date, I don't blame you. I don't. I'll be back Friday. Yeah, go dig in the archives maybe. Go look at the double run days playlist I have. That has a lot of the old training stuff. The old training videos. I mean, you could just go look at the first run review playlist. I don't know, there's lots of older stuff you could check out. Or maybe catch up on some episodes of your favorite TV show the next few days. Music. You could do music with your morning routine instead of me. Currency dropped another mixtape today, 9:15. Fire. You could check that out. He also dropped a few mixtapes this summer, 8:30 and 7:30. Go check those out. Yeah, we'll be back Friday with the regular stuff, but pre-recorded lists for the next few days. And I know people watch for the good vibes, the positive attitude, the jokes. That's all gone. Hopefully it'll be back. I can't promise Friday, but maybe next Monday, Tuesday. But the way it's looking, it's likely gonna be after this marathon is when any sort of jovial spirit is back on my channel. So you might want to check back around Halloween time, and depending on how the race goes, maybe even Thanksgiving or Christmas. So yeah, I mean, I guess you could always just check back once a week. Just fast forward to the middle part of the video, see if I'm cracking jokes or am in a dour mood. But right now it's looking like a dour mood is on the calendar for the foreseeable future. You take out your anger on beautiful shoe. The shoe not fault. You fault. You bad run. You a bad runner. You a bad runner, man. Bad man. Bad man run. Hey. Mr. Badman Run. It's like a dancehall song. Hobby jugger wine, Badman Run, hobby jugger wine. The PR no come this time, but the Badman Run, hobby jugger wine. This is the type of run that'll make me try to get a promotion at the corporate retreat. Make me mess around and actually start trying. That's the crazy thing, man. I've been in this job for 3 years. I haven't been promoted. I have been demoted though. I didn't get a pay cut or anything, but they hired somebody above me. It's funny because earlier in my career, I changed jobs a lot, but I was able to move up quickly. Now, I've been in this job for years. Haven't got a promotion at all, just been in there. That's the thing, trade-offs, right? Stability versus progress. And it's funny because anytime I used to interview, people would ask me, you know, why'd you change jobs so much? Bro, because I'm trying to advance. Meanwhile, I stopped changing jobs and I haven't advanced at all. But guess what? I'm the CEO of Sopwell. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have anything educational or inspirational or motivational to say. Oh, you know what you could do? The next few days, while I'm putting up lists that nobody wants to watch, you could Google Tony Robbins or David Goggins or Oprah, maybe Dalai Lama or the Pope, if that's your thing. Any sort of motivational speech, you could watch those in the morning, or I know some people watch this at night. You could do that, or look up some TED Talks.
Man, sometimes life and running, sometimes they're just unenjoyable. It's true. It is true. Enable battery saver. Oh, I gotta charge this before I go on my trip. Man, that was just tough. That was tough. My legs had no fight this morning. It's not even like they were tired. It's just like I couldn't get them going. It was just completely neutral. My fastest mile was a 5:30. Yikes, man. Yikes. I could have been ripping this in the 5:20s on a good day. Dang, average 7:06 pace, 140 heart rate, maxed out at 174. Yeah, I just couldn't get it going. So threshold for me, I'll be hitting 180, no problemo on a good day. So it's just my legs could not get turning over this morning. How many feet of elevation? 500 feet of elevation. Yeah, brutal. 12 miles, 1 hour, 25 minutes, 41 seconds. Shoes were not helping me out either, man. The best of the best shoes will give you some pop, will give you some fight, will put some pep in your step. This was just not doing it for me. And take a look at this. This foam just has this really odd feeling to it. That's the best word I could use to describe it. It's just an odd feeling foam. It's not soft at all. It's almost... I don't know. I was going to use the B word. It is almost brick-like, right? And it's weird because this shoe is so light and the rocker is great, but I just could not get the foam going at all in a way that resembled any of those other shoes that I brought out. The Sky Tokyo, the Fast R3. Yeah, I couldn't find the flow with it. The foam was not compressing in the way that I typically would want it to. And even take a look at this. It doesn't feel like it's snapping back as much as you'd want it to. So I really do think there's a shelf life to this foam, and maybe we've reached it because, yeah, I know I'm tired, but I was still, I hit all those between, I think, 5:30 and 5:40, so it's not like I was hitting these way slower than I typically run. That's faster than my goal marathon pace needs to be. So I still was testing these at a solid clip, and I don't know, maybe that's too slow for the shoe, but yeah, just couldn't really feel much of a benefit from them this morning. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, maybe I am too slow for these. Maybe it's an elite marathon shoe only, and unless you're on a 4:45 pace, you just can't get anything out of them. I don't know. Just a total wash. Be afraid of the grind. I've said that 1,000 times. It won't sink into some brothers' minds. That was Currency. Good brother Currency, aka Spitta Andretti. Oh, what the? Just started playing on my phone. Can't be scared of the grind, man. Those are some words to live by. Do we get the thumbnail? Hold on. Boom, a total waste of $500. I think that's what I'm gonna call this video, because that's how I'm feeling right now. And this is the thing, it's my channel, so I just say how I'm feeling. And right now, in this moment, I feel that this shoe is a total waste of $500, because I'm coming out here on a day where it's likely gonna be a bad run, maybe a miserable run, maybe a catastrophic run, maybe a historically horrible run. I think I have hair on my tongue. It wasn't historically horrible. It was just a good old bad run. It's basically the best bad run you could have. I didn't get injured. All the metrics were fine. It wasn't like my heart rate was weirdly jacked up or anything. Just a bad run, man. And it's hard because I knew coming into this is not, I wasn't setting myself up for success, but I didn't have a choice. Well, we always have a choice. My choice was either to do this workout today, knowing that I wasn't 100%. I can feel my glutes and everything. I don't know if it's from the hike yesterday. 4 miles, a good part of it was straight uphill. It's not super strenuous or anything, but carrying the baby on my back, well, she's not a baby anymore, Roni. She's basically a full-grown woman, just telling everyone, stop it, yelling at people, hitting people. But carrying Roni on my back, and then I also did that run yesterday with 500 or 600 feet of elevation gain. So regardless of what the cause of it is, my glutes are sore. I just haven't been on my normal schedule, so it was likely going to be a bad run. My choice was either just take the bad run this morning or push it to tomorrow, where I would have had to do it on the treadmill probably. And I think tomorrow I'm going to have to just wake up at 4:30 and go to the gym to get my run in before I go to the airport. So that wouldn't have been too good either. So not really any good choice here. So I took the bad run today. At least I could do it outside. And I wanted to revisit this because I haven't run it in a while. I was just, for the most part, most of that run, I was just wishing I were in one of my favorites. I was wishing I were in the Sky Tokyo or the Ray or the Fast R3 or the Alpha Fly or the Adios Pro 4, but I didn't choose to do any of those. And that's the thing about being a shoe tuber too. I got to make videos, and I haven't made a video on this in a while, and I thought it was timely given that the women use this to win the marathon. Now, to me, this was feeling very lifeless. It was disappointing this morning, man. It wasn't feeling like it had a lot of snap, crackle, or pop. And if we throw up the run this morning, so I was very consistent, actually, consistently mid. That's I think the theme this week is just going to be consistently mid. I was saying it's poop shoveling week. Maybe it's just the consistently mid week, because we're going to be doing the lists and everything. And it's not necessarily poop, but it's just mid. It's just mid. So consistently mid week, consistently mid workout. I was right around 5:30. I think I averaged probably a 5:35 or something on that, which that's not where I wanted to be. I wanted to be around 5:20 for this. But it's not super slow. That's marathon pace. For me, that's a pace that's not that much slower than a women's elite marathon pace, right? And you will have some elites who are running 5:30s, especially the women in a course of a marathon, especially uphills or something. So it's not like I was super slow for this shoe. That's what one thing people love to tell me with the Takumi Sen, right? You got these high school kids. Oh, I'm running a 59. I'm running a 59 400 meter in the Takumi Sound. It feels great, bro. You're just a slow hobby jogger. All right, dude. Why don't you pass calculus like I did, and then come talk to me? Calculus was actually my worst class. That's why I wasn't an econ major in college. I'm not smart enough to be an econ major. I got 2 D's in calc, but I still passed. I got a D in Calc 1, and I said, okay, I'm going to do Calc 3 for some reason. I got another D, and that's why I decided to do poli-sci. I said I need an easy major where I don't actually really have to use my brain, and I could just either cram on the night before tests or write papers in a few hours and then just go and party, and I'll just get a degree. So that's what I did. And now we're here talking about shoes, and I'm wasting hundreds of dollars on products like this. Maybe if I were an econ major and I were smart enough to pass calculus, I wouldn't have spent $500 of my own money on this. See, the econ majors are smart. They go on to careers at Goldman, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan. They would be the type of people, if they were shoe tubers, to just get the shoes from the brands and not care about the whole concept of free and independent testing, not getting influenced by the brand. No snap, no crackle, and no pop in the Evo Pro 2. And what I'm trying to say is I know I wasn't feeling 100% today, but I have run a lot of workouts on tired legs. It wasn't that this workout was so much more miserable than anything else. I'm just not feeling the best. Also, Mason has been suffering from the bubonic plague for the past 4 days, so I probably have some of that in my system too. I think my immune system is fighting it off. Regardless, man, compared to the Ray, compared to the Sky Tokyo, compared to the Fast R3, compared to the even Adios Pro 4 and the Alpha Fly 3, it's just lacking some liveliness. This foam just does not feel super lively. There's this weird styrofoam quality or sponge quality to it, and it had some of that on the first run, but I'm really wondering if just the shelf life of the shoe is shorter. And if we look at the tongue here, this is a good barometer. You can see it's all brown now. And the last shoe, the Evo Pro 1, had that too, the browning of the tongue. So the tongue, of course, isn't what you're running on, but it just shows this shoe, something about it does get some wear. I can even see on the upper there's some browning. The bottom, look at this. You can see there's all these black marks. That's probably from running on the road, but I just don't think this shoe ages the best. So I don't know if Adidas is giving their athletes new pairs of them. And it's not necessarily like it's slowing me down, but yeah, I just didn't feel that with any of these best shoes. Once I get them going, it's like there's 2 little men in there. Every time I step, it's a guy just pushing me forward. And I wasn't getting that pushed forward, super energetic, lively bounce feel from this that I get out of the Ray and the Sky Tokyo and the Fast R3, even the Edge Tokyo. This foam just lacks some of that top end speed. So good qualities of it. It's very lightweight. The rocker is there. The comfort is fine. The stability is fine. But yeah, I just couldn't get this thing cranked up. And for me, the best of the best shoes, they will give it to you. They will give you that special quality even when you're feeling terrible, especially when you're feeling terrible. And with this one, it was like the train never left the station with it. I just could not get it going. And I remember with the Pro Evo 1, I had a very similar run experience to it. So I did this 10-mile tempo in the Pro Evo 1. I think the video title is I got my money's worth today. It was when I went to the Greenway. And I came out of the gates, run some 5:30 miles, and then I faded. It was a similar day where I wasn't maybe feeling 100%, but I just remember a very similar quality to the shoe where it wasn't giving me that bounce, that effervescence, that liveliness that I get out of my favorite race shoes. So maybe it's something where you got to be working with the shoe in a certain way. It's the mechanics. Maybe it's more of a higher cadence running type of shoe versus a power running type of shoe. But yeah, for me, I just wasn't getting it. And if you think about the women elite marathoners, so first of all, they're going to be a lot smaller than I am. I'm 6'2", 155. Elite woman marathoner is probably going to be around 110 pounds. I know some of them are even under 100 pounds. So that's one thing. And with the smaller size, a lot of them are popping off with the higher cadence. Some of their cadences can be above 200. So maybe that's what this shoe is better suited for. And it's funny because when I first tried this, I actually liked it more than the Adios, but I did a sort of fartlek workout there. So it was just shorter, faster spurts, and yeah, it's not bad. It's just it didn't have that pop today, and I really do think it's because it's aged, and it's just not. Yeah, I don't know, man. You tell me. It doesn't seem like it's giving me that pop back. So disappointing today. I don't think anyone's even really checking for the shoe anymore. I did have one person ask me recently if I would go for this or the Ray. I would go for the Ray, man. The Ray is just a more fun shoe. It feels like it gives me more, and yeah, with this one, it's ironic because usually I feel like I'm driving a lot of force, and maybe sometimes I'm getting the foam was getting too mushy for me. With this one, it was the opposite. I felt like I couldn't compress it enough, and I just could not get it going. So I don't know, just overall weird run, weird workout. I think my one critique of the shoe the whole time has been $400-500. We're expecting that we're gonna get this mind-blowing next level experience. For example, with the Ray or the Fast R3, they 100% give you something else that you're not getting out of anything else. With the Fast R3, it pushes you forward, it rips you along with the plate sticking out. And then with the Ray, that foam is just so lively, total opposite of this. With this, today it almost felt like it was worse than a standard $250 shoe. So maybe it's not aged the best, maybe it's not optimal for me. For $500 is a lot to spend on a shoe like this. And the first run that I had in it, I liked it a lot more. But if the performance is going to be, it works for this or it doesn't for this, I don't know. It's not worth $500 to me. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend this if anybody is checking for this. It's just expensive. And another reason I want to revisit it is because the last time I ran it, the Fast R3 and the Ray weren't even out yet, and the Sky Tokyo wasn't even out yet, and those are all just much better buys than this. And I know a lot of people love the Adios Pro 4. I have even started to really enjoy that shoe for workouts like today, and yeah, I think I would have preferred to have the Adios Pro 4 on my foot today versus this. So I was hoping it would give me something on a day where I needed an extra edge, and unfortunately, it did not. It did not. So there we are. Yeah, tough day at the office, man. Real tough day at the office. Gonna be traveling for the next 3 days. I don't know. So it's just, what are you supposed to do when you're in the periods like this? There's nothing we can do. You just gotta keep it going. And that's the thing about dropping every day or being consistent. There's gonna be duds, right? You're gonna have misses. There's never been an NBA team who goes 82-0, right? There's never been a baseball team. How many baseball games are there? 162? There's never been an undefeated baseball team, right? So see, we're going to take these L's sometimes. We just got to keep working. You know what Stove God Cook said? He said, it's what happens after the brick. I'm Draymond. It's a good double entendre right there. So that was a brick today, man. I felt like me 2 days ago at the basketball court in Canesti Falls, just chucking out bricks. That was total brick. But I mean, at least we got faster than marathon pace. I don't know. I'm spinning my wheels trying to find some sort of moral victory. Reality is, we just got to turn the page. My next workout is going to be a big one. Hopefully I can actually recover this week, because here's the thing. Sometimes traveling is a forced down week. It's like you take these non-consensual down weeks. Nothing I hate more than that. But it's not necessarily recovery, especially if you're traveling, you're off your normal diet, you're eating weird stuff, or even worse, not getting enough calories. It's not always recovery. So I'm just going to do the best I can, try to stay positive. I got all my negative energy out this week, so I'll be bringing some positive energy to these pre-recorded lists that you'll see for the next few days. So I appreciate you. Get your mileage in. Thank you to everyone rocking with it. Don't buy the $500 Evo Pro. I guess you can. This is the thing. I know someone's going to be offended. Oh, you got a bad workout. It's not the shoe. Okay. You spend $500 on it and let us know how it is. Or you want to be complaining about the Takumi Sen? Okay. Why don't you spend $2,000 on all the other carbon shoes that I've tried, and let us know how the Takumi Sen compares to all those other carbon shoes, and then be up here talking about how I'm too harsh on the shoe. All right? That's all I have for you today. I appreciate you. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. 500 on the shoes. No Balenciaga. If I see a shoe tuber, you better call me Dada. You boys fell off. Lady Gaga. I'm feeling underfueled. I need to eat some pasta. The hoodie's green and yellow. I am not a Rasta. Supwell Kitchen. Supwell Kitchen. I gotta bring it to the natural light. Dude, this is crazy. This is absolute max cushion gang. Boom, look at that. Ah, there we go. Brighten it up one touch. So absolutely horrible day of running, but a beautiful dinner here. We have vegan broccoli cheddar soup in the sourdough bread bowl with Beyond sausage. I mean, if this isn't going to get you back on track on the mileage train, I don't know what will. It's the carbs. Yeah, Charles said there's something wrong with you. So there's probably going to be something wrong with me if I'm not running well after this. So there's the carbs, the protein, and the fat. I mean, this looks like an absolute banger. Man, banger. This is the vegan food she told you not to worry about. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow or in 3 days. I don't know how it works, but at a later date.